Yeah, so I just released a video on this. Some of you may have seen it. Some of you may not have, but it's about the holiday blow up. And look at all this energy here. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, right? And it's like that. And then we have 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. And then this shark with the crocodile. Both of them are predators, right? And there's like this standoff. There's this energy here too, of like facing this, which this is actually really nice, but I mean, right? They're mimicking each other. This is absolutely mirroring energy. The same thing with that crocodile and shark. Right? All right, Virgo. So I'm picking up some really interesting energies here. You know, I'm looking at this star seed, what lights you up. You know, this is the overall energy. And then I look at this whole top row, right? The King of Cups, Tome, the Poet, the Magician, 8 of Wands. And I see you really wanting to like get into this beautiful energy, right? We have the King of Cups right next to this ocean, and you're really feeling into it. You're feeling the energy, right? The 8 of Wands. And, you know, and you're diving deep into it. But as you're diving deep into it, you're realizing all the things here on the material plane that are kind of inhibiting you, right? This Saturn energy. Yeah, because, right, I mean, like we've got 8, 9, and 10 of Wands here. All this Sagittarian energy. This is Saturn in Sagittarius, right? There's this defensiveness here in your emotions. And yeah, I see this, and look, yeah. Once again, we have mirroring energies. He's all been over, she's all been over. She has all of this world that she's created on her back, right? She grew this. She's proud of this. Yet, you know, we see this, the roots of it are reaching down to like scratch her face. Right? We created all this, and so we want to carry it. But it's weighing us down. You know. And right underneath, the wrong one. Right underneath that is that 3 of Wands. And look, she has to go all the way out here on this ledge, this very precarious ledge, to get a good view of the future. How is she going to do that with all that on her back, right? So I feel like, you know, and it looks like, especially with this shark card as your energy, you know, it's like you're looking for a fight. And after the fight, you know, after you face this, and yeah, this could be yourself too, right? These like primal, and this could even be this person. We'll get into it in a minute. But once this battle occurs, I feel like then, you know, we get into this really hawk, owl, well, the golden egg, and the elephant, which is like the most auspicious card in the entire deck. Right? Once we get past that, then we get into this, and this golden egg is the heart chakra. But it's like there's this something that's very primal, very old. is needing to come up to the surface. There is this waiting energy about it too, though. And we do have the Hanged Man in the future. We'll get into that. Okay. But I remember there was a time when this Five of Swords came out in your future, was it not? You were preparing for battle. And I'm wondering if this is the battle. And I mean, we have 11 here and a 1, right? This 20, it's 29 here. This is 65. And this is Venus in Aquarius. And we see all this, you know, these geese, I suppose. This black, we see the black here and these horns here and this magician. And then we have, you know, this little, I thought it was the longest time before I figured out what this was. I thought this was like some kind of creature, like a scorpion or some kind of, but it's part of a dragon. It's its horns. So we see this kind of shadow, which there's less of it in your subconscious. All right, there's still kind of this precariousness. But I feel like there's what's unfinished is some kind, it's either, yeah, I think there's probably internal conflict about it. But there, it also involves a battle, right? That's why it's touching this 8 of Wands. Like some truth needs to be said with this 9 of Wands, and you're ready to fight, right? You're like ready, on guard. So this is what you're, you know, and I feel like this is what lights you up, right? We have Tom, the poet, and the magician, right? Both are good with their words. But I feel like it's like Tom is studying this guy and what he's doing. It's like he's amazed with what he's been able to create or do. And he's watching him. He's you know, studying to see, because he wants to do the same. He wants to create the same thing. He wants in on that action. And Tom is an adventurer. He's creative. And yes, you know, the words. And I feel like there is some communication that you're wanting to have with someone. Yes, you're wanting to create. You're wanting to study this. Right? And it's touching this 8 of Wands here. So there does seem to be some kind of like, you know, watching. There could be some communication here, but neither, you know, I don't really see that so much. It seems like there's a yearning in his eyes. He's a philosopher too, which goes along with this Sagittarian energy. So I think you're really feeling that. And then in this, and that, yeah, the Page of Pentacles, learning, right? And there's like this shadow aspect of it all, right? And this inner conflict could be this, you know, it's a 5. You're being colored by what you've been taught, right? There's like this shift in perspective that's needed as well. And that's part of this shadow work that needs to be done. Because the shadow is a part, you know, and I feel like, you know, this Page of Pentacles in the bottom, right? He's studying this magician. And the Singer of the Chalice, it's beautiful energy, right? It's like an Ace of Cups kind of energy. It's the feminine. It's love and light, and and that it's like you're holding that light in your hands, and you know that you can do the same thing that he's doing, right? We see the owl here, this wisdom. But it's like you got up on that rock, you've climbed the rock, you're up there, but you're almost afraid to awaken the beast, right? This shark, this crocodile. You know that there is still something that needs to be faced before you can really bring that up to the surface. And in the past, we have this King of Pentacles. And yeah, I see this as some kind of enlightenment. And he's holding, this acorn in his hand, right? We have this in this hand too. So there's this, of course, this is this groundedness. This is this plan for the future, this seed that's wanting to be planted. Very stable. That seed is what I think this, is going into. This plan. There are certain things that need to happen in order to make it happen, right? To turn it into the oak tree. So this Three of Swords, this, I'm really getting that. Of course, there's disappointment. There's that yearning. I don't necessarily feel heartbreak. I just feel like this shadow work, and perhaps you're going to have to break a heart. Perhaps there is going to be hurt and disappointment in your world, right? But you're thinking about love, you're feeling into the emotions, right? We see two sea turtles here. And we see him studying this seahorse. Right? There's this study that's happening. This, and this could even be your higher self really looking at these emotions. What are they telling you? And he's very psychic too. So you could be connecting with this magician here. But I feel like you feel good, right? There's like this restriction here, this shadow work, this unfinished business that's really weighing on you. But your feelings are, he's holding this chalice here. And I feel like, this is a really lovely card here, right? I mean, it's like, I see, she's sending out these dandelion wishes. Yes, I think there's that part of it, right? There's this new intention, this new birth with the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. And Mercury is in Sagittarius. The moon is in Sagittarius, right? This is, really got this eclipse all over it. And it happens on that Monday of this second week. So, you are on the defense though here. But it's like you're on the right road. You send out these, and there might be some messages that you're sending out actually, right? With this Tom, the poet. But I feel like they're kind of cleverly disguised because you're on the defense, right? There's like this, you're kind of worried, because there's this, like, you're ready to go into battle.